Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Rarran. I'm back with another video on the top 5 characters in my opinion for patch 2.0. None of these characters are in any specific order. I just feel like all 5 of these characters can do insanely well against every other character in the game. This is one of the few patches that was actually kind of tough to pick my top 5. Just because a lot of the characters are actually pretty even. The way you really want to play this patch is be super aggressive and force your opponent to react to you. As soon as you're reacting to them, you're in a bad time, and you definitely need to get yourself out of that position. Otherwise, you're just going to get run over a lot of the time. But if you're looking at characters specifically, these are the ones I ended up picking. Like, the first character, in my opinion, that is definitely strong is Koopa. Because meter is a lot, you can get it the same way, but you use it a lot more in this patch. Koopa could definitely take advantage of it with his insane angles and his absolutely amazing drop shot that he has. Can completely wreck you. Like, if you're not expecting that angle, or if you're not expecting that drop shot, he can force you to use so much meter, and then you're already at a huge deficit compared to where he is. He's also extremely fast, so he doesn't have to use zone speed as much as the regular person if he's like off the court or anything. He's definitely a super strong character at the moment. His only main weakness is that he does need to use zone speed to kind of get in position most of the time, because he can be a little weak. But if you know how to play him and you know his movement and his pivot, he's extremely good, and he's definitely a character you need to look out for 100%. Next on my list is Peach. Peach is, if you play the previous patch, you know how Peach can be. Extremely oppressive, extremely good angles. You know, she's basically everything you want in a character, and she basically has it. They just toned her down a little bit from last patch. She definitely has a really good spot in this patch, and especially because her slice has such a good angle as well. You can just destroy people. It's very hard to react sometimes, and if you know that you're a good Peach and you're going against like any person, you can definitely destroy any character in the game, as long as you know how to play Peach and position well. They did nerf her pivot slightly, and they nerfed her ability after she gets, she lunges and stuff, and it can affect her a little bit. But just like Koopa, as long as you can position well and you have some zone speed just in case, you'll absolutely destroy people. Daisy is probably, I know I didn't say this in any order, but Daisy's probably the best character in the game right now. She's basically everything Peach is just for more now. I don't understand the logic behind buffing her from the previous patch, because she was already pretty good. She just takes a lot of time to master. But if you're good at Peach and you're looking for a new character to play, Daisy's the one to go to. She has insane angles out, like absolutely insane. I was playing against Peaches, and they were not Peaches, sorry, I was playing against Daisies, and they were forcing me to use so much zone speed just to get from one side of the court to the other one. It's absolutely disgusting. She's also just really good at everything. Because she's an all-around character, she kind of has that basis of being good at speed. She has good power, she has good shots, she's just an overall powerhouse. Definitely the character to be most worried about in this patch, especially if you go against someone who knows how to play her. You're in for a rough time. We'll go to Bowser as well. Bowser's kind of the same thing as well. Bowser was very good last patch, and he probably got a little bit better this patch because of the push special that was given to him. Because Bowser has crazy defense, he is able to not use so much meter zone speed if he needs to recover or anything. He can also build up meter very fast with his power shots and stuff. Overall, great character as well. If you played Bowser before, basically the bread and butter, same thing over and over again. Stand in the middle of the T line and just react to shots accordingly. Bowser also got a nice buff because he's able to have some offense now. In the last patch he didn't have a ton, but now because of the way that the slices work at net and the double tap flats and just the push special buff at all, he can make people work very hard to defend themselves while him having great defense all the time. You could definitely take advantage of Bowser when he messes up a little bit, but God, it is rough. If you're facing a good Bowser, it's very tough this patch. This one I did not expect to be top 5 whatsoever. I think a lot of the professional players probably thought, he's not going to be that good anymore. He's getting his charge, as he's moving, he's going to get nerfed for charging shots. But because the way the game ended up, there is if you're not aware or you just don't see it yet, the way that the game kind of works now is if you're at the net and use a slice, you have to react. Like, you cannot just, you know, be like very slow about it anymore. Like, it is a fast-paced game now, and Boo, because of his curve, has 2 offensive things in one shot now, which is it's so hard to react to, especially if you're going against someone who knows how to abuse the curves and stuff. But the bread and butter with Boo now is, you know, you force someone, you know, to maybe lob it over their head, force them to react to that, and you walk up to the net and you slice that thing to the other side of the court. It is so hard to react. Plus, you know, I'm not gonna say this, but, you know, he got some visors and stuff, so he's looking pretty good now. The other thing is because his curves are just naturally in this kit, it forces people to use more meter than they have to. Basically the same premise as Bowser, just forcing people to use meter to recover, and it can be so rough to play against him. And he only got more annoying this patch when people thought he was gonna get less annoying. Definitely some, like, he's a rough opponent, and he's definitely someone you have to look out for 100%, even more than last patch. I will give some honorable mentions though. These are my top 5, but I think there's people you have to worry about as well. Definitely Wario. Wario, with the speed of his shots, can definitely be a menace. He's not necessarily one of the best characters, but he has some strengths, but, you know, his overall weaknesses can still be shown with that, especially with his reach. That's the only thing that's really holding him back right now. Luigi's still very good as well. The only thing I nerfed was his pivot, and that kind of made a big difference, because in a game where you rely on meter, his pivot actually made a huge deal. For him to be a lot slower in recovering to a ball. Still a really good pick though. You can definitely use him. He's probably like top 7 or top 6, probably around there. The other one too is DK. DK wasn't really on my meter, or my radar, sorry. I didn't really see him being anything that special until I started going against opponents, and his defense is almost like pretty much just like Bowser's, except for now he's like Waluigi, where, you know, he could be very, very aggressive and still be super, super defensive as well. The slice buff made him extremely good at net and stuff, and he's just kind of someone you have to worry about. Not a huge problem like Bowser, but definitely someone who can definitely put in some work. And then if you want to know who I think the worst character is in this patch by far, it's Rosalina. Rosalina got nothing. Like, she got the push special buff, but God, she's awful now. Because what Rosalina wants to do is stay at the back of the net, or stay at the back of the court and kind of just charge up shots and keep firing. But in this meta, it's more about walking up to the net and, you know, shoving it in their face and be offensive. And Rosalina does not have that anymore. Rosalina does not have that anymore. Yeah, but that is my top 5 characters for this patch. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know, subscribe. Check me out on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Rarran. And I hope you guys have a good luck in tournaments.